What if I told you that in 2023, someone was making a magazine, a physical hard copy magazine about FPV? Kind of like Thrasher Magazine, except instead of being about skateboarders and skate culture, it's about FPV pilots and FPV culture. Well, that is happening. It's called FlyTribe Magazine, and as much as part of me says, really, a hard copy magazine in 2023? Who's going to buy that? Part of me is so freaking excited about this, and I think it could be one of the best ways for FPV to get mainstream attention that has come about, well, pretty much ever. I'm so excited to be talking to you guys from FlyTribe and to be able to help get the word out about this amazing thing that you've created. Why don't you introduce yourselves? I've gotten ahead of myself. I'm so excited to talk about it.
Hey, I'm Marcella. I go by Marcella FPV.
You know me, I'm Billy Haggett.
I'm CJ FPV.
And I'm Mick, Netcat FPV.
What is FlyTribe to you?
Basically just a group of people who all get together every Friday and we just rip. We all love drones.
I feel what FlyTribe represent is the community of FPV and drones.
Oh, yeah.
I think what it represents is that, you know, we see a lot of pilots out there. They showcase their flight footage, the flights locations that they fly in. And we do the same thing. We love it. We love putting those videos together. But what we noticed was there was this part where the community was missing. You know, like it was there, but it wasn't being represented how we felt like it should. Like it should be front and center. The community is, I think, probably one of the most amazing things about drones and the FPV community.
Best community ever.
There's times that we come out to meet up on Friday night, and there's times that we don't even fly. We're just hanging out and talking. So I think that's what we want to try to represent is the community of FPV just everywhere.
And that's part of what got me so excited when I saw the magazine, because first of all, we have to acknowledge that some people don't live in an area where they get to experience the amazing community of FPV. And to be able to look at the magazine and just get that feel for what FPV is, and FPV freestyle too, just going out, flying drones around. It was so great to see that captured in this magazine.
Yeah, thank you. That's what we were shooting for was, you know, we actually put it together, like Billy said, you know, we were talking about one day, it was something that we heard a lot of people talking about before, but one day Billy came up and he's like, let's do it, and we just did it. And we did it originally for ourselves. Like we wanted to put together something that we would actually feel proud of and that we liked. And then, you know, we ended up kind of handing it out to a few people and they seemed to like it too, so.
It's made by pilots for pilots.
Yeah.
So we knew if we liked it, then the community would definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, this magazine's made 95% all by pilots.
You know, one of the things that struck me about the content, I read the articles, and there was an aspect of the magazine that it was just super cool. Like you're going through the airport and like you grab a couple magazines. I don't know, does anybody do that anymore? But you'll grab a car magazine or whatever. And you'll read the articles, and it was so cool to have that experience about FPV. It was a real magazine.
That was our goal.
Yeah, that was the goal. It was nostalgic in a way where we kind of felt like so when we put it together, we all had our parts that we contributed to. And there was a lot of other people who are not here who contributed to this magazine as well. It's just not us. It's a huge community that contributed. And now that after we put out the first one, even more people have been reaching out. And it's something that we tried to do it where we felt it would be something we wanted to represent the community kind of in a cool way. One way to kind of bring back that feeling of, hey, I'm sitting back. It's not my iPhone. It's not my iPad. It's not the television. You're actually reading a magazine, flipping through it. Most people are going to feel that nostalgic feeling about it. The other part is getting it in front of people who do not fly drones. You know, getting it out in front of people who might be interested in the community and taking it in a different entryway of seeing if we can get their attention. And have them join the community, because the more people we have join, the better the community
it becomes, And FPV is not really a spectator sport. Like racing has tried to make it that way with DRL, but I think with this magazine, we can honestly like showcase more of what we all do.
And that anybody can get into it. Literally anybody.
Stuff and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an aspect of FPV. I mean, when you think of FPV, it's easy to think of like nerds, right? Because you're working with electronics, you're working with computers, and there's a lot of nerdiness in FPV. I think one of the great things about FPV is that nerds can do cool stuff too. But there's so much about FPV that is like just so cool. And it's really bummed me out that like the public face of FPV for a long time, such as it is, has been racing. And racing is awesome. Racing is awesome. But the cool people just sitting around, chilling, having a good time on a weekend, flying a bando, nobody gets to see that. Like sometimes a vlog will capture it, but like I don't think that gets traction in the wider world. Like potentially I think something like this could. And that's one of the things that really excited me about the magazine.
That's the story of when we met, when we first pulled up.
Yeah. Because we meet out at the same spot almost every Friday night. We have a Discord, like I was talked about. Well, Mick and Marcella, I guess, heard about us through a Facebook group or word of mouth, whatever. They literally pulled into the parking lot one night and we're like, "Hi, we're Mick and Marcella. We like drones." And we're like, "Yeah." Everybody started cheering because we always like, we're getting kicked out, or who's pulling in. We even order pizza to the Friday night spot every time. So we almost know every car that pulls in. So when a new car pulls in, we're all suspicious. Well, when they came in, it was like, thank you. Somebody wasn't kicking us out, or somebody knew what we were doing. Well, then they just kept coming back every Friday night, bringing out cookies, helping anybody who needed stuff, like wanted to learn more. He was teaching her how to fly in the process, and she went from flying the Avata in like regular mode to flying acro and just learning more and learning the community. And he like became one of us so fast. It was just like
Natural-ish.
Yeah, it was just natural. And like that's how we invite everybody in. But whether they keep coming back or whether they have the time to split from their family or whatever it is, but in a sense, we're all just a community and we all love the same thing, flying drones.
And I think that was one of the drives to do this magazine, is to show this community that was so amazing to us. It was like an open arm, like as a family right away, that we didn't expect. So we felt that let's do something bigger. And then is when we start talking about the magazine, and this is what we came out with.
I feel like I'm going to say this the wrong way, and it's going to come out, it's going to be taken in a negative way. Maybe not by you, but maybe by people watching. But it's really great to see a side of FPV in this magazine. It's not the, let's say, clean-cut Alex Vanover with a. It's a little bit of a different side. And it's
reality.
nice because I think it shows that FPV is accessible to all kinds of people. Lots of different kinds of people, and it's really nice to see.
It's definitely, it's part of it where we wanted to show the community. We wanted to show everybody getting together and flying from all different types. You don't have to be an experienced pilot. You know, you can be someone who just goes off on the weekends when you have time to fly, whoop it around your house, or, get together with some people just on a quick Saturday afternoon, before you go back and take care of home and other responsibilities. Those are the people we want to represent as well. Mm-hmm. Those people making videos out there, they want to be noticed. They want to be seen and have their videos seen, and that's what we want to promote. We want to promote those people that are out there just like us. Like every day, we go to work, we do our job.
That's a great way of putting it.
We try to fit in, and that's what we're trying to accomplish with it.
And not only to show, highlight the pilots, but also their families that are behind them when they come to fly. All the women that come with the pilots, that they start flying. After a while, they start, let me try this. Let me try how to fly, and they get like involved in the community. We wanted to highlight that too. Yeah,
it's really fantastic. The photography really impressed me. Now, I think you guys collected those. Did you guys? Are you any of you the photographer?
Some of those photos were hired professionals. Some of those photos were taken from phones, from locals, from me, from just people when they fly. Like
a
little bit of everything. It's the whole community, literally.
Yeah. What is your sort of editorial slant when you're picking photos to put in the magazine? Because they have a real vibe. They have a real feel.
It's gotta feel like part of the community, I guess. You
collect a bunch of them, you get 60, 70 photos from each person, and then whatever one just feels right, you just kind of go with it. Like there's not one selective photo that's picked over the other. and there is no vote either.
Yeah.
But you know those photos, like as when you're looking through the magazine, every photo you see, it kind of just tells a story. It
really
have a
does.
feeling when you look at it. So
It really
those
does.
photos are just the ones that we select.
Yeah.
When you see
Yeah.
a photo and it really grabs you in a certain kind of way, those are the ones we picked. And really, you got to take 10 photos from all different angles to get one of those, you know?
Oh,
But
sure. Yeah.
it's a lot of work to go through them all and actually pick one, but that's why we're doing it as a community. So there's not just one person pressured or one person taking all the photos. So
Yeah.
that way you get different aspects and different feelings from it.
It's definitely a group effort. I always like to give an example. It's kind of like a swimsuit catalog layout. Like we just have a ton of photos that we go through and we find which ones kind of, turn us on a little bit. Like whatever we can figure out, like something that brings that coolness, that look that we're looking for is what we're trying to get across. We're really kind of showcasing
A community.
the community is in a cool light.
Yeah.
We pick the pictures that they look cool because people in these pilots and everybody in the community, they are cool like we are. This is
Yeah.
what we are, and
I agree.
And that's what we are trying to show in the magazine.
It's the rawness in a lot of those pictures too. None of those that's just
It's not
shots in the moment too. So that's
Yeah.
not set up shots. That's all.
Hanging from the wrapper.
Yeah, right.
That's one of my favorite ones. They're so raw, and sometimes it's like an action kind of a shot, like hanging from the rafters, retrieving a drone. A lot of them are shots of like monster trucks or whatever, or drift cars. But instead of seeing just the vehicle, because the drone is taking the picture, we've got a wider shot and you can see the drone flying and you can really see what's going on.
Part of the process with the photos is also trying to include as many people as we can. And,
From everywhere, right?
From everywhere. And we started off like what CJ mentioned is, we are here in Tampa. So we got a lot of the content here. The next magazine and going forward, we're reaching out to a wider audience. Definitely something outside of Florida. And then we were talking about, if you want to display, we were talking about the distribution.
So distribution, the distribution is what we want to do with the magazine is to get the magazine cheaper for all the pilots so everybody can afford it. But we realize that pilots from Europe, South America, and Central America are paying a lot of money for achievement. So what are we trying to do now is to go to those areas and start doing our maybe printing over there and distribution over those countries, so we make them cheaper for them to be able to get them, because we see that they're interested on it. So, but we don't want, this first one, we asked them, we put the shipment there, but we don't want them to continue paying that. So we are now making it bigger and making it the printing over there.
Have big plans. You guys have big plans. You're already setting up production international.
Branch out.
So you guys are going into the episode or issue number 1 was kind of just like a test run. You guys are going into issue number 2, and this is the first one I think where you're really putting the word out there and saying, if you guys want this, you can can people subscribe? What can they do?
Yeah, we have a website where you can subscribe. You can sign up for the next one, pre-order the next magazine. We also opened up our store just now recently. We're selling shirts, battery straps, hat, backpacks too. Bags. We got FlyTribe bags. So we just now opened up the store, but yeah, we're doing a little the shirt combo for the next magazine. Trying to we got a tie-dye shirt, and I don't know how many of them there are, but we made some tie-dye shirts. We're gonna sell those with the first issue. Whoever pre-orders, that way we can kind of get an idea of how many people are interested in the next magazine.
Well, there's, of course, going to be links to that down in the video description. I really cannot... I wish that everybody watching this, could... there's a website up and people can see the digital version, and it's just not the same. I wish that everybody watching this could hold this in their hand and, smell it and look at it and touch it. It's such a great experience. Maybe I'm just nostalgic because I grew up with magazines. Let me ask you that.
Every single person said that.
Is this, I guess it's okay because a lot of the people in FPV are also a little bit older, but is this going to be attractive to younger people who never had magazines as kids? What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
We hope so. We hope so.
Oh yeah, we've seen it already in like stores that we put them in. We've seen kids look at it. I mean, it's like the same thing when you're out flying. Like we've all been there. We've all been out flying somewhere. Someone who's never seen a drone before comes walking up. What is that? What are you doing? I've never seen anything like that before. We're just getting that out of the parks and bandos and putting it into the hands of people who've never seen it before, for them to look at those photos, think they're cool, want to do the same thing. And, we put them in, doctor offices and places that we go and visit, and dispensaries and whatever we can put it in, and people love them. People love them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're kind of hoping for, is more people are interested in the magazine, just from holding it and seeing the photos and reading the articles. I mean, we have articles in there that are technical. We have articles in there that are for new people. We're having articles for FPV and freestyle, racing, DJI, everything that we can include there involved with drones. It's the whole community. We went to the DRL event in Miami, and there were so many younger kids. They were screaming Vanover's name. They knew the different pilots. They were interested in drones, and then being able to get this out there where they can feel they can be in the magazine, they can be in the videos, they can be part of FlyTribe, gives them the opportunity to say, hey, you know what, I want to get out there and do that. I want to submit these photos to FlyTribe. I want to submit these articles. I want to submit these videos. I want to be showcased on them. And that's what we're trying to do, is really bring them all together, everybody. And the new ones are important, just as the epic long-term guys has been around.
So that's your other ask. One of your asks out of this video today is, hey, if anybody wants to subscribe to get the next issue, they can go do that. The other ask is that you guys want content to highlight. It's not just about the Tampa group. We've done that.
No.
Now let's pick another city, another sort of chapter of FlyTribe. Get those photos, get those people to highlight. And get them out there.
There's no actual requisition to send in a photo. You just send it in.
Yep.
Yeah,
and there's no you can even be on the cover. Really, like
anybody.
We're going to be going to a lot of events. We have Castle Crash coming up that we're sponsoring. We have a couple other events after that. We're going to head over to the UK, because even a UK pilot can be on the cover. I mean, we want to make sure everybody's included.
Everybody.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think, and I'm as guilty of this as anybody. A lot of people sort of get in their little bubble, and they're hanging out with their friends, and they're talking to people they talk to, and that's just a thing that happens. And it's really exciting to see somebody saying, we're going to try and buck that, and we're going to try and show the people who aren't sort of in that little bubble. And I think that's really great.
Thank you.
So what's coming? Can you give us a hint as to what's coming in issue number 2?
Some drones.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, there'll be a few pilots.
All right.
Maybe
I can hint that the next cover is not a local pilot.
Yeah.
Awesome. When's it coming?
15th.
July.
The 15th. Okay, I can't wait. I've got to get on the list.
Pre-orders are out there.
Yeah, pre-orders will go
Awesome.
until the week before the 15th. We have a cutoff date for this next magazine, the physical print, because at that point we go into print, and then we would have to take subscriptions for the next one. So we really encourage everybody, if they want the physical magazine, to get out this week and next week and try to subscribe for it. We do have options for a one-time purchase. We also have a subscription. Again, we are trying to work on the prices, on lowering everything, the shipping and everything, because we are here for the pilots.
Yeah.
So we want to make it affordable for everybody.
This is one of those things where, and I don't actually even know what the price is. I haven't looked recently. But this is one of those things where the more people who subscribe, like, your costs go down significantly. That's just how printing works. Hopefully a ton of people will subscribe, and it can, but
We also have socials too. Instagram, we've been putting promo videos out so people can see, and it's coming soon. Go sign up.
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, it's super high quality. I mean, if you told me this was $20, I'd be like, well, that's a lot for a magazine, but it's super high quality. All the pages are super heavy. The color is nice. It's not just like little thin magazine pages. Like, it's really nicely made. It's really nice. It's really nice.
Thank you. That's what we tried to go for. We wanted somebody to feel, when they held it that it was actually quality, like something that they could leave on their coffee table and want people to see them when they come over.
You nailed it.
But again, we're all pilots. We're all from different backgrounds. None of us have put together a magazine before. None of us has done any of this before. So we're watching a lot of YouTube videos. We're talking to a lot of people out there to try to figure out how to do it. So it's a learning process for us. But for the most part, our goal is to help the pilots, is to help the community.
The more the community we get involved.
Yeah, and the more support, the better is just helpful for us as well.
That's great. Awesome. I am such a big fan, and I cannot wait to see where you guys go. I'm really excited about this. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing this.
We're gonna bring the group in to say bye.
Is everybody still hanging out?
Yeah. We're not quiet.
Come on in. Get in here. Get in here.
We've been flying together for like 5-6 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years now. My buddy,
oh my God.
Reckon.
You guys.
They're all part of the magazine.
Yeah. There's Chris. Yeah. About to order pizza.
Everybody came out. Everybody wanted to say hi.
That's what it's about, though. The community, everybody. That's what it's about.
Yeah. You're not
if you
wrong.
ever make a trip back to Florida, you should make it over to the Tampa area.
Oh, dude, Bob Grinders came phone with us. Oh, yeah, please come, Bart.
We'll show you a wonderful weekend.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah, please come.
All
Bunch
right.
of people James Ball. Chase the film cars.
He's sick of flying by the internet.
People who live in places where there isn't a big FPV community are going to be so jealous.
They're gonna build an FPV community.
How do you do that?
That's what they should be doing.
How do you do that?
Just invite more people in.
That's the bonus.
Bring everybody
That's the
on
bonus
sim.
question. How do you build a community like this?
So about 5 years ago, me and 2 other people started flying together at the building in the background. And all I did was post on Facebook every week, hey, we're at Bankers, come out and fly with us. And it ended up taking us to go to another meetup and physically invite people in person. And then people started showing up. And like I said, I've been flying here for about 5 years, and our group has gone through lots of people. But I mean, there's a core of us that we've all been together ever since it started.
We love it. Consistency is the key in FPV.
Yeah.
That's the answer. So if there's one guy out there who wishes that he had a community or she had a community like that, the answer is that you have to be the seed, and you have to, maybe for a year, you're posting on the internet and going, hey, I'm going to be flying here. You're reaching out to other groups that are 2 hours over. You just have to be that guy.
That was me, you know what I mean?
And then eventually, maybe you'll have 20, 25 people who show up to fly. But if you're
he's
sitting
the
there
godfather of Tampa.
all right, you guys, I cannot wait to see issue number 2. I wish you the best. I don't even wish you the best. I'm just going to sit back and watch, because you guys clearly are going to freaking shoot to the stars. So I can't wait to see what happens.
I appreciate that.
You guys have a good night.
We are
I'll let you.
FlyTribe.
FlyTribe.
Thank you for the support too. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Bye, guys.